Charmaine, and I'm here with one of the toughest dance coaches on television. And she is back with an all-new season battling some hot, new, talented dancers. And she's here today to talk about the new season of the Dollhouse Dancing Dolls with the hit show entitled Bring It on Lifetime. Help me welcome back my girl coach, Miss D. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. What's going on, everybody? How are you, Lady Charmaine?
I am doing good, lady. You guys are back and on fire. And my girl Kayla has now been promoted. So some good stuff is going on. And this season opened up really good because it opened up with a bang because you guys battled a dance group from Dallas, which was really good. So that was a really good battle, Miss D. What did you think about that battle?
I thought the battle between the Dolls and the Explosive Dance Company is probably one of the more intense battles of the season, simply because the Explosive Dance Company is new, and every team feels like, oh, we can take down the Dancing Dolls, we are just as good as, if not better than them, and that's fine. But you know what, with Explosive, they bring a whole other dance style. They're not just a majorette dance team. They do hip-hop, ballet, jazz, lyrical, they do cheer, they do tumbling, they do a lot of things, so they're like a mixture of everything that we are and some things in between as well. So with that challenge that they bring, on top of who we already are, I think that it just brings a whole different dynamic to the show.
It did. It was really good too. I mean, like I said, that was definitely a great competition. Hold one moment. That was definitely a great competition. Now, my girl Kayla has now been promoted. So she's been promoted. So what made you?
I'm listening.
Okay, so what made you promote her to that position out of maybe some other people that may even work with you in the dollhouse?
Well, Kayla's young. Kayla's young. Kayla is fresh. Kayla is the outgoing captain. Kayla has made a major impact on the entire team as a whole. Now, we have a lot of different people that come in, different alumni and different individuals that help out with the team. But with Kayla being so close to me over the last 6 years and also having a foot keep everything within the family. And Kayla has expressed to me on more than one occasion about wanting to be a dance coach, wanting to be a choreographer, wanting to own her own studio. When I was 19, I had my very first dance job given to me by a friend of mine and someone that trusted me. And I think that being able to do the same thing to someone that I trust and someone that I care about, it's only befitting. It just would make sense for me to do the same thing. Kayla's young, but Kayla's very vibrant. She's very knowledgeable, and she's a great leader.
And one thing you did do, which I thought was actually good because it added, you're having the dancers battle it out for who's going to be the captain that week. And I know Cameron, her and her mom assumed that she probably would be next up for captain. But that young lady truly brought it. And I'm so glad that really the show is called Bring It. And you wanted to see who was going to bring it, who was hungry enough to be captain. So I'm glad you're doing that because now it keeps us on our toes to see who's going to be captain every week.
Right, exactly. I feel like even though, yes, with her being next in line, I still feel like every dancer coming through my program should have an opportunity to showcase their talent. There are girls on the team, even more talented girls than what you actually see in the characters that are chosen for the television show. And then on top of the fact that, with the girls, if they have to be captain or want to be captain of the team, they have to be able to face adversity and be able to deal with changes in situations and things that are going to happen. But these same things happen to you on a day-to-day basis in life anyway. These kind of things you're going to approach and deal with. So I want to see if the person that's supposed to be captain of the team is going to be able to battle it out every week and to see how well they're able to handle themselves. Plus, I do feel like this is going to help each one of the girls individually. Cameron, Michaela, and Christiana are very different. They're very different, but each one of them have such similar qualities, and each one of them has something that all captains should possess. Cameron is an amazing leader. She has a very laid-back demeanor and personality, and the girls, believe it or not, go directly to her when they need help. Christiana is more of a bucker. She's a stunter. She doesn't say a whole lot, and she has a really, really bright personality, but she's not as calm and as laid-back and as much of a leader as Cameron is. So I feel like with Cameron not being as aggressive as I would like for her to be, her battling Christiana is going to help bring that out of her. Now, Michaela, on the other hand, is a mixture of the two. However, Michaela lacks discipline in certain areas, and I feel like Cameron can bring that discipline out of her, but also Michaela can bring the aggression and the attitude and sass that Michaela has, and Michaela can bring that out of Cameron. So each one of them kind of feed off of each other. If I could ball all of them into one person, they'd be a perfect captain.
I know that's right. Now we're going to see some issues with Zatia and her mom. What happened there?
Well, you have to watch the show because, the show has not, that particular episode has not aired. But one thing I am going to say when it comes to the parents have to understand, number one, I'm in charge. Mm-hmm. Number two, I'm in charge. Number three, I'm in charge. You don't tell me what to do. You don't run the building. You don't run my team. If you want your own team, you need to create your own organization, your own situation. But one thing everybody has to understand, and Tawanda knows this, situation with Tawanda didn't just happen overnight. It's been going on for years. Tawanda has more than one daughter who's been against and down. Me and Tawanda have gone back and forth over years and years about her attitude and what she feels like I should and should not be doing with the girls, how she feels like I treat her daughter. Her biggest issue has always been she feels like her daughter is not a part of the team. I haven't taken her under my wing. I don't post her pictures on my social media sites. I didn't realize that me posting pictures or singing Kumbaya or taking them to dinner showed them that I cared about them. I just told my girls yesterday at practice that as long as I'm calling your name and I'm yelling and screaming and pushing, it means that I care about what you look like. It's until I stop talking and I stop calling your name, then I could really care less. I think any coach that coaches, whether it's basketball or football, they're going to push and push and push and push and push those that they feel like have potential and those they feel like can potentially be some of their better dancers or better football players or better basketball players or whatever. Coaches know what they're doing. I just feel like with Tawanda, she's a typical parent that wants her daughter to be out front, feel like their daughter is amazing, and feel like the coach is not giving them enough shine. Well, I have 100 kids on my team. Mm-hmm. Everybody's going to get their time to shine at some point or another. But with Tawanda's situation, I basically just got tired of the constant backlash of the negativity that she brought, her constantly talking about me behind my back, her constantly riling up the parents. It was always something negative, always. She can say whatever she wants to say. Oh, that's not true. Yeah, it is, and she knows it is. It's very much so true. But she's not. I told Tawanda in our last conversation prior to me kicking her off of the team, I told her that you as an individual I respect. I always will, because you're a person. You're a human being. But your attitude, I can't stand. And it's terrible that your attitude hurts your daughter. And each one of my parents are under contract. They are under a performance contract that is put together by the team. Not by the show, by the team. Each parent signs a contract, and it says, and I can pull this up, screenshot, post it, because she knows that it exists. Any child or any parent that does anything to degrade the name of the team, if you disrespect the director, any other member, or any other coach in any way, you can be put off of the team with no refund. This is the same contract that has been put in place since her daughter has been on the team. She knows this. She knows that as a parent, if she acts a fool, she can get her daughter kicked off. But this has been going on, like I said, for years. So she's been given more than one chance. She's been given more than 20 chances, and she knows it.
Okay. Well, I look forward to seeing it tomorrow night. That was good. Thank you for sharing that. So it gave a little more insight for us when we watch the show tomorrow.
Right, exactly.
Awesome. Okay, now Sanjay is going to college. Gonna miss her. I know this is her last season.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're going to be missing her. So I want to say congratulations to her. She won that wonderful scholarship to go off to college. But now I wanted to talk to you. Has the registration increased since you guys been on television?
I think registration has increased, but I think the demand and what people perceive of who the team is has really changed. I think people forget that even though we're on television, we're still a dance team, and you have to have some type of dance experience. And if you don't, you have to be willing to do the work to learn what it is that we do to become as good as the girls you see on TV. People see all the lights, the camera, the action, the glitter, the sequins, the makeup, the hair, and they forget that it's work that's involved to get those girls to look that way. So when people come and they realize that there are no cameras there 24/7, cameras are seasonal. And when the cameras are not there, there's no competition, there's no performance, there's only the work that gets it done to make you look like you need to look. People don't stay because they can't handle it. One thing about my team, I always tell them it's survival of the fittest around here. We have a boot camp every summer, and the kids have to be able to hang in there and have to be able to do what it is that I'm asking them to do in order for them to stay on the team. Like, for example, we had tryouts earlier in the year, and we picked up about 25 to 30 girls. We only have about 16 left that have made it through the boot camp process, that have lasted through the team, with the team. They've hung in there. They have dealt with the late night practices from 6 to 9, the outside practicing in the heat, but no water breaks. I always said, like I said in season 1, water is the sucker to sweat your friend. I feel like if you're sweating, then you're doing something. Water is for the weak. You have to be able to handle yourself and be able to do what it is that I'm asking you to do. And living in Mississippi, we practice in 90-degree weather. Mm-hmm. And it's a toughening up mechanism to toughen them up. And believe me, it is working. My new girls, the girls that made the squad in February, they're once we in this season that you're about to see, that's filming, that we have already filmed, that's airing now. These kids have done an amazing job. They've done an amazing job. And I think, going back to Tawana, that was a lot of her problem. She sees girls that are coming in that are better than your daughter. And that's a little intimidating, and you get a little salty about that. But I can't do anything about that. If the kids come through the door and they're hungry. And I always tell the girl, get mad, get hungry. When you're hungry, let me know. What did I say in last week's episode? I say hungry, that's why I'm going to ask that. I meant that. People have to understand you got to stay hungry in this game. You have to stay hungry because if not, you have teams like the team from Dallas, the team from like the infamous Dancer Reds, France and Tiger Reds that are there to take you out. If you're not hungry, you got to stay hungry. You got to stay on top of it.
That is good. Now, I noticed this past Friday, I see a certain amount of kids in the dance studio. It's probably because of the camera angles. I did not realize there were so many girls in the studio when you guys are practicing. Or is that just for competition? How do you fit all the girls in the dollhouse? Is it really that many girls to practice at one time?
It is, and the practice going to depend on what we have going on for that particular week. Like for the creative dance, the Dollywood dance that we did, all members of the Big Dolls were in there. There were like 60 girls that were out there on the floor, and we make do. We make do with the small space that we have now. That's not even counting the baby dolls. If you put the baby dancing dolls and the dance dolls in it together, it'd be over 100 girls. And now that's a difficult task. And what the girls do is just kind of push back close to the wall while one team is dancing, and then when they move, the other girls come out. They make it work, trust me. It's a process, but because, we are a community-based dance team, we've not born or not, we haven't been given a huge, large dance studio that's 10 to 15,000 square feet. We're not that team. We're a regular dance team, and people fail to realize that we are just a community organization. We're not like a university-built organization with grants and scholarships and money coming out of our ears. We are not that team, Lady Charmaine. We're just not. We are a typical dance team. That's what makes it so real, and what makes the humility that comes across on TV. That's what makes it so real, because they are a real team. They are teenagers. We are working mothers, single parents. Some are single dads. I wish I would show more of the dads. We have a lot of single fathers that are taking part in the lives of these kids. There are a lot of things that we have going on that you just would never see. And I just hope that everybody understands that within the studio there's so much that we do, and it is hard getting all the girls in there. But this season, I think that the production team has done an amazing job capturing everything that we've done, everything that we're seeing. You're going to see some new faces.
That was one of my next questions. Were we going to meet some new faces, some new parents this season?
There's a couple of new faces. I'm not going to give it away. Like I said, you got to watch.
Okay.
So there's a lot of stuff that's coming that you can go, oh, wow, who's that? Oh, my, who's she? Oh, wait a minute now. There's a lot of twists and dun-dun-dun going on throughout the whole show. There's a lot of that, but there's a lot of things that caught me off guard. I'm like, what the hell is really going on? And you can't write this kind of stuff. This is one thing about Bring It that I love so much, is that it really is real. You cannot write what's going to happen next because it comes out of nowhere. You never know what's going to fly out of mom's mouth. You never know what's going to come out of my mouth, because I'm a fly-by-night kind of person. And then with the girls, you just never know what their responses are going to be to the situations that they're put in.
Yeah, because I know you real, because you wouldn't even give Neva a hug. I said, woo, girl, you gave me a hug. It was like Eskimos in there. I said, oh, my.
Yes, cold shoulders.
You sure did.
Yes.
Well, Miss D, it's always a pleasure having you on the show. I love the show, love what you're doing, and I just pray the show just continues, because it's just showing what you do, and it inspires other young girls to know that they can go out and do the same thing, and it's so positive. So thank you so much.
Well, I appreciate it. It's always good to talk to you, too.
Thank you. And I just want to remind the audience to make sure that you watch Bring It Fridays on Lifetime with Miss D and the Dancing Dolls. You don't want to miss it. They got some new things coming up, and I'm sure we're all going to enjoy it. So thank you so much, Miss D. It's a pleasure having you.
Thank you. Nice speaking to you. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.